Hi, I'm Garrett Oliver. I'm Brewmaster of the Brooklyn Brewery. Brewmaster is probably the third best title that you can have, in the United States. I kind of think that you've got quarterback and then astronaut and then brewmaster. Essentially that means that I'm the chef of the brewery. Food was always a big part of my life. As I got into a brewing career in the late 80s, I kind of discovered that if you put beer together with food, people were already really starting to respect food. They didn't really respect beer yet. And putting them together, really, the reflected glory, if you like, went to the beer at the same time. I can have beer that's smoked. I can have beer that's roasted. I can have beer that tastes like bananas or lemons, can be acidic, can be sweet, can taste like anything. And that's why we have so many things, and we take them out here and there, but so many things that we make that we don't necessarily release to the public. There are 35 beers that we release every year, but there are another 75 that I have, but you don't have. And when we really love some of those, we're like, okay, this is something that we think is really good, this worked well, and it's executable. Brooklyn has become, in of itself, as a place, a great brand. I kind of think that we were part of making it into the great brand that it always should have been. But back in the day when we called the beer Brooklyn Brewery, that was definitely not a positive. Scorcher was actually introduced in 2004. 12 years ago. So I came up with this idea, we're gonna make an IPA, but it's gonna be only 4.5%. Sound familiar? Not in 2004, it wasn't. So I got more emails from brewers about Scorcher back in 2004 than any other beer we'd ever made before. They're like, this is really cool. It had 50 plus IBUs, it had this huge hop aroma to it, it was heavily dry hop, but it was only 4.5%. But the consumer was coming back to us and saying, well, let's see, you got Blast at 8.2%, you got your regular IPA at 6.8%, and this one is 4.5. Why would I get the 4.5 one? Lighter doesn't have to mean boring. It doesn't have to mean boring. That was the whole point, really, of Scorcher in the first place. Of like, I can make your taste buds jump at 3.5% or 4.5%, just as well as at 12%. I think some people will find that surprising. We were never the ones, jumping on a bandwagon and saying, we've got, look at me, look at me, look at me. I can put more hops in this than you can. Really? Like, what does that mean? It's like a chef saying, I've got more salt in this stew than any other stew you've ever had before. This is the saltiest stew in town. So, you have the hoppiest beer in town. So what? Is it delicious? That's the only question I have. Is it delicious? Would you like to have another one? That's the question. And can you do it again?